In the multi-tiered system of support gifted program model, there are three tiers of services designed to meet the specific learning needs of all students. Tier 1 is whole class enrichment lessons that are focused on divergent thinking. These lessons occur in the regular classroom with the gifted and talented specialist serving as the facilitator. Gifted and talented specialists have the opportunity to observe all students through this tier of service, and professional development is embedded in the lesson delivery. The whole class push in enrichment reaches 100% of students. Tier 2 is academic acceleration and content area enrichment through complexity, depth, and more sophisticated resources. This service benefits students who achieve above grade level in one or more content areas and students who pre-test out of chapter or unit content. While some students qualify for Tier 2 services for the whole school year, this service is fluid, following a schoolhouse model in order to accommodate students who require additional services as the need arises throughout the school year. Approximately 10 to 30% of students require Tier 2 services at any given point in the school year. Tier 3 is the pull-out gifted and talented services. Tier 3 services meet the affective needs of identified gifted students, including social learning needs, study skills, and executive functioning skills. Tier 3 instruction engages students in iterative, long-term projects, including an original creative component and community engagement. 5 to 7% of students in the local cohort generally require this service. The three tiers of gifted services are not mutually exclusive. Approximately 3% of students receive Tier 2 and Tier 3 services for the school year. Students are evaluated every year to ensure their services meet their ongoing academic needs. Project-based learning elements. Key knowledge, understanding, and success skills. The project-based learning lesson is driven by very specific student goals tied to the state standards that need to be taught to be prepared for a standardized examination. Challenging problem or question. The project-based learning lesson has a driving question that is meaningful and challenging to students. The project-based learning lesson lasts several days or even weeks because the students need to be in a constant state of asking questions and applying knowledge. The project-based learning lesson is built around a real-world, authentic problem that relates to students' interests or personal concerns. The project-based learning lesson gives students the opportunity to make decisions about their final product and how they collaborate within the group. The project-based learning lesson provides time for students and teachers to reflect on their learning, the quality of the product and the lesson, and any obstacles or concerns. The PBL lesson includes time and space for students to get feedback from teachers and other students to improve their final product. The project-based learning lesson has students present their final products to the public, including parents, teachers, and community professionals. Educators and students may experience some potential challenges while implementing project-based learning in the tiered gifted and talented program model. There are ways to overcome these obstacles. For example, as educators implement tiered services, they may experience limited instructional time, especially when delivering Tier 1 and Tier 2 services. If it is unrealistic to engage students in a comprehensive, iterative project, remember, student inquiry drives their learning. Engage students in a dialogue where they can ask their questions and explore their possible answers. Some educators or schools may experience limited funding to support student interest or project pursuits, especially in rural or urban school districts. One way to break this barrier is to consider applying Title IV funds from Every Student Succeeds Act funding, or set creative boundaries and constraints on projects. This can help educators avoid the financial hurdle while boosting student creativity and problem-solving skills. For students who frequently come off task or lose interest, enforce time constraints and support students in their efforts to produce high-quality work with goal-setting logs and self-evaluations. Project-based learning is an effective and applicable trend in gifted education. Its elements align with the multiple tiers of gifted programming, support student-centered instruction, and engage students in community engagement and real-world problem solving.